What's up, guys? It's your boy Tijon. Are you ready for another supercharged episode through the Wrestleverse? It's time for the rundown. All right, so on this episode of the rundown, we're going to talk about GCW's event last night, One Night Only. And man, it was fantastic. I had a great time watching this one. It was at Roxy Theater, which was really dope. But the three things that I mainly want to talk about is, one, they kind of had trouble selling their matches a bit. I didn't really like that. Gotta say, GCW lost some points with me last night. Two, Bussy being probably one of the most entertaining tag team duos out right now. And three, Ninja Mac leaving GCW. That's kind of big. But let's get right into it. Like I said, it was a real eventful night. So, bang. All right, man. So the very first match was Kevin Blackwood versus Speedball Mike Bailey. So Kevin was pretty decisively winning this match. He had a lot more moves. He was really entertaining. What's his name? Mike Bailey really didn't have much going. It was really not that fun. I mean, Kevin Blackwood was winning the match, basically. But Speedball Mike Bailey had one good move, and that was this backflip that he kept hitting and would drop his knees onto Kevin Blackwood repeatedly. I mean, he did this the whole match. He tried to hit it 30 times. I think he only hit it 5, but that was really the deciding factor. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And he ended up getting the pin and winning. Kind of didn't like it, but hey, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next up, we had Nick Wayne fighting Jack Cartwheel. And as expected, I mean, I already knew this was going to be a fast-paced match. They're going to be rolling all over the place, countering. I thought it was kind of crazy that they brought it outside the ring. There was barely any space. I mean, the Roxy Theater is kind of small. And Jack Cartwheel was actually doing a really good job hitting him with some really fantastic moves. But Nick Wayne was like a crackhead. He just kept jumping up, hitting him with the same moves. And it was really I think it was just youth on his side, and that's why Nick Wayne was able to bounce back and keep going. He hit him with this huge cutter and then a stunner to follow it, and he ends up getting the pin and winning that one. Really fun match, very fast-paced like I expected it to be, but it was great. It was really dope. Next, though, this was the problem match right here. Jimmy Lloyd versus Sandra Moon. This was a hard sell. Very hard sell. I mean, come on, man. You're going to tell me that she's going to suplex Jimmy Lloyd, her little self? Come on, bro. I did not enjoy this match. There were plenty of times. It was overly long. It was just, it was not a fun match to watch, honestly. And I mean, Jimmy Lloyd, he's way bigger. This was a mismatch. It was honestly looked like a squash match. It should have been a squash match, but they had Sandra doing just enough basically to make it look like she was out muscling him. But they got back to reality. Jimmy Lloyd gets the pin and wins. It was too long in my opinion. I did not enjoy this match. And there was another one like that, but we're going to get to that. Next though, Matthew Justice versus Dark Sheik. Now this one I actually liked. This was a little bit more of a believable match. She was using more of her agility and her her finessing and all that to hurt Matthew Justice. Used a chair against him, kicking it to him. This actually opened him up. Matthew Justice must have some paper skin because he cut open immediately after this. I was surprised. But, Matthew Justice is a lot stronger. So, he used a lot of strength in this match to, beat her down, wailing on her with a chair, which I was surprised to see for most of the match was him using so many weapons against a girl. Didn't really expect that. And like I said, man, she was getting pretty beat down, honestly. But like I said, it was a bit more believable of a match. And Dark Sheik must have watched a lot of Mortal Kombat because she did this dropping split like Johnny Cage, hit him right in the balls, and that's what really got the match going in her favor. Hit him with this leg drop into a door. Super fun match. Got some payback with the chair of her own and slams him. Now this was an actually believable suplex because she used his momentum kinda and did a little small suplex. Didn't do a real suspended one that we saw Sandra Moon do against Jimmy Lloyd, which is way bigger anyway. So this was more of a believable match, and it was a lot more fun. Matthew Justice still ended up getting the pin after this huge frog splash onto the debris of a door. So yeah, like I said, This one was actually really fun to watch. I had no problem with this one. Now, getting into it. Bussy, Effie and Alley Catch facing Gangsta Party, B-Boy and Little Cholo. So, this one was a little silly. Okay, being completely honest and transparent, this one was a bit silly, but at the same time, it's fine to be silly if it's entertaining. They accidentally smashed pelvises and they like hurt each other for a second. It was just funny. Clearly Effie is making everybody uncomfortable that he faces. And I mean, Little Cholo was like screaming at him, no. Like, no means no, Effie. Stop it. You can't just be all sexual to everybody. He's just fed up. B-Boy tried to leave, but eventually he comes back in, and man, he changed his whole attitude. Like, he was going full, he just like entertained Effie throughout, just took his whole personality basically. Drop kicks him though. I mean, he used it against him, honestly. I mean, look at Effie's tactics. You know, they're so eccentric. You don't expect it to happen to you, and it makes everybody that he faces uncomfortable because everybody's super macho, right? But B-Boy and Little Cholo were not having it with him, but B-Boy had the most surprising thing. He actually kisses Effie, surprises Effie, throws him all off guard. I mean, I did not expect B-Boy to put on the performance that he did. I mean, he's doing the stripper moves, stealing Effie's whole style, bro, but I loved it. This was such a funny match. It was entertaining. It was great. So this is another thing that's a hard sell. I had to get the picture. How? How is she doing that? Look at me. Really, guys? A double suplex? Really? Anyway, come on, man. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. This was an entertaining match. But you got to sell this stuff, man. I did not enjoy that part, but they made it up with this double stomp that Little Cholo hit while B-Boy was holding her up with his knees. I mean, Effie tried to get involved, gets flung out of the ring. Like, it looked like they were going to take over the match, but Alley Catch was not having it, refuses to go down with her signature toughness. Effie comes back, beating the crap out of both of them, just peppering them up with punches. And then they both lock in these submission holds, and they both tap out. So Bussy actually ends up getting the win. Super impressive. Actually very fun to watch. Like I said, I just had that one complaint, which is when Alley Catch suplexes them both at the same time. Not fun. Not great. Was not Homicide, by the way. But next up, we had Blake Christian going against Jay Vidal. So, you know, this was another one that was kind of typical, especially the Blake Christian style, which is kind of slow, targeting the limbs, doing a lot of arm and wrist locks, and then real fast-paced bursts of energy. That's kind of all that we saw, and he was really targeting Jay's arms. He basically did what Jonathan Gresham did to him last week at Astronaut. That was all we really saw. He's just targeting the limbs, fucking up the wrists and all that, and Jay really could not do much. I mean, the match eventually started picking up the pace. You know, it starts out slow, like I said, and then it gets better. Jay got some good moves in, but Blake started showing out, jumps over the ring by running on the stage, flips over, slams into Jay. Super great. You see Jay also, you know, come back, do some great moves of his own, but ultimately Blake Christian finally gets a win, by the way. You know, he gets a pin, and I haven't seen this in a minute. Feels like Blake Christian has been getting squashed lately, has been getting a lot of L's, but I'm glad that he finally gets a win under his belt after a long time, it feels like, of him losing. So good on Blake Christian, because I actually like his wrestling style. Now look at this nonsense. GCW, what are you doing, man? I think that this was literally a bunch of just like fillers. That's what it felt like. Why the hell do you have Eli Everfly going against Juicy Finau? Is there something I missed? Like, oh my God, this on, like, if you just look at this clip, this is a definition of a squash match. I mean, how do you have Eli winning this match at all? This is like I just expected this to be a 2-minute beat down like Omos does every time he's fighting at Raw, but it wasn't. We saw this match go on way too long. Eli put up a fight doing as much agility as he could, but he's only like 4 feet. He took somebody's phone, hit Juicy over the head with it. Like, I mean, come on, man. I get nobody likes Eli, but this was rough to watch. Juicy is just beating him down, slamming him onto the stage, throwing him like a rag doll, like a toy that, you know, a toddler's done playing with, throws him right back in the ring. Like, huge suplexes. He steals The Rock's finisher. Like, come on, man. This wasn't a fun one to watch either. It was kind of funny though. And I mean, it was only by the grace of God that Eli really stood a chance in this, kind of doing last second counters. Like, he survived the superplex, had Juicy's belly all out, but he still gets slammed on some chairs. Like, he was just getting brutalized. But Eli kind of has this one thing going for him on this one. He gets to the top ropes, slams a chair on a Juicy's back, but this is where he fucks up. He tried to slam Juicy on his back and ends up in a very precarious predicament and gets all of Juicy's weight crashing right down onto his pelvis. I don't even know. I thought that they weren't going to continue the match after that. This was rough. But after Juicy steals another Samoan finisher, he uses Rikishi Slam, the Rikishi driver, to pin Eli, and the match finally ends. It was like a 30-minute match. It felt way too long. Again, this should have been a squash match, man. This was like, it should have just ended almost as soon as it started. But, you know, whatever. That's not GCW style, I'm learning. So it was cool. Next, we have the main event, the final match. Ninja Mac facing Joey Janela. And X-Pac was actually came out to join the commentary section. So Joey starts out, you know, with a huge speech talking about how much he loves the hate, starting to like really go into his heel character. Cool, right? But then he points out X-Pac and all the stuff that he's basically endured through, you know, working with him, how he's made money for nothing, how he's used his name, and, you know, Joey Janela's done all the work and has still not gotten his flowers like X-Pac has. It's just like, he's just laying into him, super angry, you know, just really taking all the credit for everything that GCW has accomplished, basically. Everything is because of him. And he even went full Kanye, bro. I mean, calling himself a god over and over, you know, just he's going crazy in there, man. Somebody help this guy. But, you know, he turns his attention to his opponent, Ninja Mac, and apparently Ninja Mac is going to Japan. I guess he's going to NJPW. And Joey is like, you know, we know you're going to leave and never come back, even though I didn't. You know, I went to AEW and I still came back. But he demands that Ninja Mac show some respect before he leaves. Ninja Mac was about to give him a bow, show some respect, and ends up getting a boot to the face. So their match starts. So Joey was kind of beating him down. Ninja Mac turns it around, dives through the ring, spears him. Only Ninja Mac can do stuff like that. Then Joey Janela comes out, like swings his mask around, blinding him, and then he just proceeds to beat Ninja Mac down for a good 10 minutes. It was rough to watch. Gotta say, he was just beating the crap out of Ninja Mac. Ninja Mac finally wakes up though, gets some really good moves of his own, hits him with like this flying jump switch kick, then hits him with like this counter swinging DDT. I mean, the stuff that only Ninja Mac can do. You know, we've grown accustomed to seeing the stuff that he does, but he started celebrating way too early. You know, is gloating on the ring, throwing his hands up. Joey Janela recovers, jumps at him, and then hits him with this huge superplex, man. Almost smacks a light, it looked like. And, like, man, Ninja Mac had a lesson to learn. I don't know what kind of rookie mistake that was, because he ain't no rookie. Now we get the doors involved. Joey just flings Ninja Mac into the door like he's like I don't even know. It was just super lightweight, it looked like. He just flung him like he was nothing. And then we get another one involved. Ninja Mac gets some payback, uses the chairs as props, and does like this 1.5 front flip onto Joey Janela, breaks through that door. It was super great to watch, man. Super entertaining. Ninja Mac then tries to do another jumping dive and gets met with a steel chair of his own, which opens up a can of whoop ass on him, because now Joey Janela is just smacking him with chairs over and over again. So this is where things go wrong for him, though. Joey Janela hits X-Pac's finisher on Ninja Mac, and instead of pinning him, calls out X-Pac to come out to the ring. And so they're talking trash, you know, getting in each other's faces. Ninja Mac comes out of nowhere, hits him with that rear naked choke finisher, doesn't let go until Joey Janela goes to sleep. And that's all she wrote, man. So Ninja Mac gets the win. I don't think that this is going to be the very last fight that we see Ninja Mac at GCW. I'm sure he's going to be at Spring Break and all that. That's going to take place during WrestleMania week. But yeah, what a great fight that this was against Joey Janela. And of course, Joey Janela wakes up a few minutes later, completely confused, doesn't know what's going on or what happened. So I'm really interested to see what happens at Spring Break. And you know I'll be covering that because I love GCW. Now I'm going to say I wasn't a big fan of this event. I didn't like it as much as I did all the other ones. Almost every other one, I think I've given almost every GCW event a 5. So saying that, let's get right into the ratings. 5 is Fight Forever. 4, this is awesome. 3, you still got it. 2, what? And 1, boring, don't watch. You're better off watching me or one of my friends because, yeah, no, you're going to waste your time. So for me, man, I'm going to say that this was a 3. Disappointed. I never thought that I would give GCW a 3, especially after everything that I've seen GCW do. It's been nothing but non-stop fantastic like stuff happening. So I didn't really like it, man. I didn't like the lack of selling a lot of these matches that I saw. It was a lot of unbelievable crap happening. Not a fan of that. So, you know, it kind of hurt me, you know, so maybe I'm taking it a little personal, but fuck it. GCW, you got my expectations too high to be pulling that kind of crap, but I'll kind of let it slide because WrestleMania week is right around the corner. So, you know, I won't be too ruthless at you. And plus, man, that was super cool that y'all had y'all event at Roxy Theater. I thought that was dope as hell. So, man, GCW is making moves, man. Love the promotion. Still got love for you. Bad, not bad. Average performance. Average event. That's all. But, you know, like, I'm not gonna trash on it too much. I had a good time with it. And you guys definitely should check it out for yourselves because, like I said, there were some really good ones. But if you like what you see here, take a moment, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. And for those full-length podcast reviews that I know you guys love of your favorite wrestling shows, check us out. The All Real Crew podcast coming up. Oh, crap. What is it? It's Friday. So tomorrow we're going to be doing it. You know, WrestleMania's coming up and we're going to do our top 10 Wrestleverse moments for that. So expect a podcast format for that. And thank you. I love the Street Fighter shirt too, bro. But also we got Kick Ass and Coffee. Check them out as well. And you already know, Take It to the Ring is getting big. And we're going to keep giving you guys all the content and keep y'all up to date on every single thing. So, you know, keep checking us out. But until next time, guys, it's your boy T-John. Keep it real.